Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our weekly MLB betting preview call that we do with Troy West from allplayswin.com, and I really appreciate that Troy does these calls with us because, you know, he puts himself out there previewing series that are a week away. We don't know what the lines are, but he gives his general leans and recommendations and what he's going to be looking for, shares with us what he's going to be looking for anyway, and I know he's having a great year at baseball at his site. Troy, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Peter. Appreciate it. Yeah, as I've mentioned in all these videos, we've had an outstanding baseball season so far. I think a lot of it comes from the selectiveness of our company. We really only pick 1-3 games a day maximum, sometimes just one, or we'll even pass. I think it's a healthy breath of fresh air compared to other services out there. Come take a look at allplayswin.com. I feel like you and I have given some very profitable information over the last year or so on this show. So I appreciate doing it.
Today is Tuesday the 27th, and now we're going to take a look at the early week games for next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series. So obviously it's a little bit treacherous. We don't know what the lines will be for these series or how the weekend games will play out. But here's what I'm looking for. And again, what I said in the first call is that the operative phrase for this week is low-hanging fruit. And I think I got 3 series that might fit that bill. Again, for the midweek games, the first one I want to discuss with you is Oakland at Yankees. And betting on Oakland is kind of like a no-brainer, low-hanging fruit situation in every series that they play. They're just very solid, very reliable, very consistent. Plus 8% ROI on the year overall, although they've just been even in May. And the Yanks are just kind of a mediocre team. You know, they're not one of these teams that I'm looking to bet against, but if they're playing a team that I'm looking to bet on, they are a team that I'm willing to bet against. And, you know, Oakland also tends to have more value on the road. They're plus 21% ROI on the road overall. The Yankees tend to be overvalued at home, minus 12% ROI overall at home. We bet on Oakland this series?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Oakland in this series without a doubt, and I just think it's going to be a fun series. The Yankees, like you said, Pete, overvalued. The starting pitching staff is just so up and down. We know Sabathia is out right now. Really, they have not one go-to starter other than Tanaka in that rotation. We know Corredo has opportunities to be good. He goes in this series against Kazmir, which I think will be a great game. But overall, yeah, I just think Oakland, they may be underdogs in all 3 games or right around that even money. So I think Oakland's a good bet to get 2 or 3 in New York.
And then the next series that jumps out at me is Arizona at Colorado. And you know, Colorado at home has been low-hanging fruit all year long. They've been a great team at home, plus 23% ROI at home. That's the second best home ROI in baseball, and so I love to bet them at home against mediocre teams. And Arizona is minus 19% ROI overall, which is tied for the second worst in baseball, but they have been a lot better in May. They're actually plus 16% ROI in May, and they've also been pretty good on the road overall. It's at home where they've been terrible. On the road, they're actually plus 7% ROI, but you know, I'm just thinking that in general, they're a mediocre team going on the road into Colorado. If you take Colorado, how much on the wrong side could you be? The upside is probably pretty big. The downside probably not that big. Take Colorado in this series?
Yeah, I've got Colorado as well, Pete. I do want to come on record by saying one thing that we take a lot of pride in at All Plays Win is following particular teams closely. And these are 2 teams I don't follow extremely close. But like you said, Arizona has been up and down. So is Colorado. But Arizona, the fact going on the road, I think their pitching staff can be dismal at times. I'm going to go with Colorado. I think we will get 2 out of 3, as you said. How bad can you go at home against the Diamondback pitching staff? So I like Colorado to take that series.
And then the third one, just another no-brainer on paper at least, Tampa Bay at Miami. Tampa Bay really, really bad this year, minus 19% ROI overall, tied for the second worst in baseball. And we know the deal with Miami at home. They are plus 36% ROI at home this year, which is by far the best in baseball. And, you know, looking at that on paper, no reason to see why we shouldn't take Miami here.
I actually circled the unders in this series. I do think Miami could be a good bet, but I circled the unders in that first game. You're going to have Cobb, who's been back off the DL and has looked outstanding. He goes up against Alvarez, who's been outstanding. And then later in the series, you got Chris Archer and Tom Coulier. It's just a good pitching matchup series to me. Both lineups can be shaky at times, so I actually lean the under in that series.
All right. Well, you did like the under in the Miami series last week, and that one went 1-1-1. The thing is that Miami's a strong overtrender in general, and particularly strong at home. You want to go on permanent record taking unders in Tampa Bay, Miami?
I will. I think this is a Tampa Bay pitching staff that's slowly coming together with the injuries that they had earlier in the year. So I am going to go unders. I think they're finally getting healthy.
All right. Well, we'll give you that one, and I will stick with my recommendation for taking Miami in this series. And that's all I have from the series from the early week. Next week, what's caught your eye, Troy, that you want to share with us?
Yeah, it's probably going to be a very overvalued series,
Mm-hmm.
but I really like the Dodgers to sweep the White Sox at home this week. I just think, or excuse me, next week. I just think the Dodgers are finally starting to play better baseball, and this pitching staff is
Yeah.
just outstanding, and they're really coming together. Kershaw, Ryu, Dan Herron, all these guys have just been outstanding. Josh Beckett throws the no-hitter. Boy, it's going to be interesting to see how good this Dodger team gets here with these four guys going on a daily basis. But I just think that looking at the pitching matchup from afar, it looks like the Dodgers are going to have a very strong edge against a very mediocre to bad White Sox team. So I think the Dodgers look for a clean sweep against the White Sox.
All right. The only thing that troubles me a little bit about the Dodgers is like the second half of their lineup is looking pretty chintzy. Obviously, their top 4 or 5 hitters are awesome. Pitching staff is ridiculous, but the second half of the lineup, some not so great stuff down there.
No, I agree. I would agree with you. I just think the pitching staff is going to be something that the White Sox haven't seen all season long. So I think you may see some 3-4 nothing baseball throughout that series with the Dodgers taking it.
All right. Well, we can give you the Dodgers in that series for your permanent record, right?
You got it.
Okay. Thanks so much, Troy. Talk to you again next week.